All right, Shalom. I want to start by saying, call law, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash. Double honor to the Apostle of Israel, aka the Apostle of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. All right, real quick. This is on Reuters, however the fuck you pronounce it. It says Pentagon to form new group to investigate UFOs. Now we all know what UFOs represent. The chariots of the Most High. And I'm just gonna read the article. Through the spirit. Hopefully this be edifying. It's This is November. This is from November 24th. It said the United States Department of Defense late on Tuesday. So this is a few days ago. On Tuesday, said it will establish a new group to investigate reports on the presence of UFOs in restricted airspace. The formation of the group comes after the government released a report in June encompassing 144 observations, which said there was a lack of sufficient data to determine the nature of mysterious flying objects. The new group, Airborne Object Identification and Management Synchronization Group, will be overseen by Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence, the Director of the Joint Staff, and officials from the Office of the Director of National Intelligence. Deputy Secretary of Defense Kathleen Hicks said in a separate statement, the presence of an identified aerial phenomenon, UAP, in restricted airspace poses a potential safety of flight risk to air crews and raises potential national security concerns. Man, you damn right it do. And remember, this is Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi about to act, man. It says the new group, which will succeed the U.S. Navy's Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force, will work to detect, identify, and attribute objects, access, and mitigate any associated threats. The Pentagon said it's like they think they have a chance to go against this, man. All right, and it says the U.S. military has spent decades deflecting, debunking, and discrediting observations of identified flying objects and flying saucers dating back to the 1940s. Now, you remember, this is not the first time UFOs have been sighted, but they always kind of swept it under the rug. But now regular people are starting to see them more. So now they can't deny it. So now they have to come out and say either they're a defense or actually, come out and say they're real. You see how they had to keep with the whole, what is it said? Where it said? I think it says something about limited data. Oh, it says was lack of sufficient data to determine the nature of mysterious flying objects. So basically trying to say they don't know what it is, but they know what it is. All right. Yeah, it says the U.S. military have spent decades deflecting, debunking, and discrediting observations of identified flying objects, and just you doing that, the Lord making it more and more proof that for people to see them. And it says of identifying flying objects and flying saucers dating back to the 1940s. Yeah, I ain't gonna read all that. But yeah, man, so this was going on right now, man. They're forming a new group to investigate UFOs, man. All right, and that's exactly, and those UFOs, which are not really UFOs, they're IFOs, identified flying objects, because they're the chariots, they're the weapons, they're the arsenal, the air force of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. All right, and they're gonna go toe to toe with Yahawashi and the angels and the chariots, and they're gonna be destroyed, man. So all of this, what she said? She said, she said, it said what a potential safety. So no, potential safety and flight risk to air crews and raise a potential national security concerns. It's not potential. It is a safety risk, and it is going to be a detriment to air crew, whatever, and beyond, man. All right. Mitigate. And it said, and this is one that gets me. It said, and look, I said, the formation of the group comes after the government released a report in June. That was a report of the UFOs they did, encompassing 144 observations. Now, ironically, 144,000 represent what? 144, the number, represent, you can think about what? The 144,000, the 12,000 men out of each of the 12 tribes of Israel, man. All right, the elect. All right, the elect, the priests. All right, the men that the Lord handpicked, the ones that when Yahawashi said that he gave, the ones that on the earth that the Lord gave to him, that's who he's talking about, man, including the whole 1/3 men, women, and children that are not of the 144,000, but the 144,000. It's just so spiritual. It's ironic, spiritual irony that the Lord had it be 144 observations. So when that 144,000 be raised up, then you're going to really see the potential safety and risk concerns, man. Because then it's not going to be no more what is it or trying to debunk it, because it's going to be right smack in people's faces, man. Matter of fact, hold up. Is something? Hold on, I'm looking for something. Bear with me, Akim. Fuck. Fuck. Yeah, it is 17. What am I tweaking? Okay, here we go. I know I was right. So there's the book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 14. It says, "These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is the Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful." Because they're making war with the Lamb. That's what they're going to make war with who? Yahawashi. Because he's going to come back as well. He's going to come with that arsenal, man. He's going to come up with that legion. All right, and that's what they're seeing. They're seeing the opponents right now in the air. That's the UFOs. And this 17th chapter, it goes into the 10 kings with the EU and all that. That's not really what I'm going to go into. But these are the other countries that's going to make war along with the beast, the whore, America. All right, NATO, EU, all the whole world, man. They're all gonna come together and fight against Yahawashi. All right, and get slaughtered. Now, oops, missed. Now here we go with the Revelation, the 7th chapter, and this one it talks about the elect, and it says, Revelation chapter 7, verse 3, and this is according to the angel doing damage. It says, verse 3, saying, "Hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God and their foreheads." And that's the elect. And it's going to go into it. It says, "And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel." Now the reason why I bring out the scripture is because they had what? They had 144 observations of these chariots, man. And it says, "And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 140," so 140 and 4, so 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Reuben were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Gad were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Asher were sealed 12,000. And the list goes on. All right? And these are all the 12 tribes. And when you go to verse 9, it says, After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with robes and palms in their hands. Now these the Israelites that were scattered amongst the actual Gentiles, the heathens. All right, because that's why they have a bunch of kindreds and tongues and people, because the Lord scattered Israel throughout the four corners of the earth. And matter of fact, it goes into that. If you go into the one scripture. We go into Ezekiel 11 chapter, the 16th verse, and it reads, Therefore say, Thus saith the Lord Yahawah, although I have cast them afar. Matter of fact, let's go one better. You know, of Deuteronomy 28th chapter, which talks about the blessings. So I'm going to read, this is according to the law and the curses. This is Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Now these are curses, but the curse I want to get in, I'm bringing up is, was that 28? No, it's 64. Look how many curses we under right now. So there's a book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. And that's what all these other nations serve. Because why? Israel is scattered. The seed of Israel is scattered amongst all the nations of the world, the Gentiles, the heathens. All right. But the Lord said, in the end times, where we at? Where was that? Where you at, Ezekiel? Oh, there you go. In those end times, the Lord said he was going to, Ezekiel 11 and 16, Therefore say, Thus saith the Lord Yahawah, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the country where they shall come. Now I go to look, now, Revelation, what was the chapter I just read? Oh, 7th chapter. And it says there in verse 17, Therefore say, Thus saith the Lord Yahawah, I will even gather you from the people and assemble you out of the countries where ye have been scattered, and I will give you the land of Israel. So he's going to scatter the Israelites, because one of the curses was we were going to be scattered amongst all other nations. All right, so that's when John the Revelator saw that. He's seeing what? The scattered Israelites. Because think about this: if everybody was to receive salvation, there would be no reason to mention that, and for that to be a curse if the Lord was just going to save everybody anyway. All right. And those chariots that these devils making that the Pentagon making that team for, man, they know what the skinny is, man. They know what's going on. And in fact, I had my phone about to die, so I'm about to cut this. That could actually be a whole nother lesson in itself. I know I had another. Got so many freaking notes. That's one. Wow, That's not the one. All right. Well, anyway. Uh. Anywho. So yeah, that's what's about to happen, man. And the prophecy is right on time. And the Lord said what? His word does not come back to him void. All right. So everything the Lord said was going to go down is about to go down, and we've seen the prelude to the salvation and the destruction of this kingdom, man. Esau's kingdoms. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.